In East Asia, tensions remain high. Chinese jets are circling the region. Russian aircraft are right behind them, and Japan is on target. It was forced to scramble its planes again. Take a look at this first. Let's tell you what's going on. Today, Tokyo sounded the alarm once again. China and Russia launched a joint patrol operation. Their planes were flying close to Japan's airspace. Russia deployed the Tu-95 strategic bomber. These planes are capable of carrying nuclear weapons. They flew from the Sea of Japan into the East China Sea. There, they were joined by two Chinese warplanes, the H-6 bombers. These planes flew a long-distance joint mission. They were flying over international waters, so technically, the patrol did not break any law. But this is classic muscle flexing. They were sending a message to Japan, and in response, Tokyo scrambled its jets. These Japanese planes followed the Chinese and Russian ones. They monitored and tracked them, and their orders were quite simple: defend Japan's airspace and deter escalation. That's what they were meant to do. The entire operation lasted 8 hours. Later, Japan's defense minister issued a statement. He criticized the China-Russia joint operation, and he did not mince his words.
The repeated joint bomber flights by both countries signify an expansion and intensification of activities around our nation, and we cannot but view them as a show of force against Japan. We consider this a matter of grave concern for our national security.
Tokyo has termed it a show of force and a serious concern for Japan's national security. They have good reasons to be vigilant. Because look at what happened with South Korea yesterday. They confronted a total of 9 aircraft. 7 were Russian, 2 were Chinese. These 9 planes entered South Korea's air defense zone, and they did so without any warning or communication. And today the same thing happened with Japan. This is not coincidence, this is coordination. This is a response to Japan's aggressive posture on Taiwan. And Tokyo is not backing down, it is embarking on a massive military buildup. Its biggest in at least 4 decades. Japan is building a wall to defend itself, not on land but across the sea. From Japan's southern tip all the way down to Taiwan. Observers are calling it a missile archipelago. There are small islands in the region. Japan is equipping them with massive firepower. We are talking about missiles, radar towers, ammunition depots, combat bases, and of course troops. They'll have all of it. The front line is an island called Yonaguni. It is just 110 kilometers away from Taiwan. Japan has built a military base there. There's another island called Kyushu. Tokyo wants to deploy military assets there, like F-35 fighter jets and long-range missiles. And while these plans are old, the urgency to execute them is new. The buildup is now gathering pace, and it's meant to do one thing: deter China. In response, Beijing is intensifying its own pressure campaign.
Anyone with clear eyes can see that Japan is deliberately spreading and hyping false information in the military and security field at this time and stirring up tensions with ulterior motives. We strongly urge Japan to immediately stop dangerous actions that disturb China's normal training activities and stop all irresponsible false hype and political manipulation.
The situation escalated last month when Japan said it would defend Taiwan if China attacked. If China attacks Taiwan, Japan would defend it. That's what Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said. She made that statement in Parliament. Beijing was quick to react. It banned Japanese seafood. It blocked travel. It told Chinese airlines to cancel flights to Japan. China even protested at the United Nations, and it appears that they even nudged the US to step in. Xi Jinping called Donald Trump last month. Soon after they spoke, Trump called Takaichi, and he had one message for her: lower the volume on Taiwan. But that's not happening. The situation is only escalating. Over the weekend, China targeted Japanese warplanes. Chinese pilots radar-locked Japanese planes. And this is not a routine move. This is the first step towards combat. It means that the pilot's finger is one trigger away from firing a missile. China has denied it, of course, but Japan stands firm by its version. And now, for the first time, the United States has issued a statement. Washington has criticized China's action publicly. This is a big shift in Trump's approach to this face-off. But of course, Beijing has not dialed down, and that is the real risk here. These skies are packed with jets, they're armed, and they're testing the limits. They're getting too close too often. That's what makes this current situation so dangerous. One misstep and a conflict could break out. We do hope it doesn't come to that.
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?